Yo people, welcome to the DIY music channel, the home of everything music based that comes from yours truly, DIY. Today's video, I'm not releasing any music, I'm not dropping any dates on when anything's going to be released, but what I am going to tell you is what I've been working on and the effect of what I've been working on has had on me and the importance of what I've been working on. So first, a little backstory. Most of my time, if I'm making music about my life or about things I'm going through, I either overshare or I feel way too exposed and I just hide it and it never comes out. And then this time I was like, what if I create something real? What if I create something that basically allows me to just keep working on something consistent and something real to myself, and put that out there, and that helps everybody that's going through what I've been going through. Something to relate to and something to feel like they're not alone in going through what they're going through. So this brings me to the project I'm working on. So I'm working on a body of work that's structured around 5, what I like to call eras. And these eras are put in place to showcase what happens when someone is aiming for something and then life takes them down at the knees, and then they go all the way down to their lowest point possible, but they're able to bring themselves back. And it helps because these eras, you can go back and forth in them. You could be aiming for gold one day and then life hits you down, and then you try and rebuild and life hits you down again, and you try and rebuild, life hits you down again, and the third time you make it to where you need to be, you're the best version of yourself, you're doing everything you want it to be, then life hits you down again. So in the body of work that I'm working with, it touches all those ranges. But most people are going to ask, why are you putting it out? So I'm going to tell you, for me, why I'm putting it out and what it means to me. The body of work that I'm putting out is so meaningful to me simply because if I didn't make this body of work, or I didn't start writing when I did, I wouldn't be talking to you through this camera right now. Let's put it that way. Like, I was at my lowest point possible. So much shit's happened. I got to that lowest point, and it was writing something out that allowed me to realize, oh, I can channel my pain through my music. And so I started writing and writing and writing, and in doing that, I started building this product, this body of work that I've been working on. And that decision there to go that route instead of go further down the path of despair saved me so much. And it also made me think of all the other people that go through stuff that don't have an outlet, or don't have a voice, or don't have something that's saying, oh, things will get better, or something that you can make sense of. They'll be like, what the hell? Like, I can't do this anymore. And then go and do something that no one wants them to do. So now, let's talk about the eras. So, this body of work, like I said, is structured of 5 eras. The first one, the beginner era. The second one, the collapse era. The third one, the rebuild. The fourth one is the arrival era. And the last but not least, the fifth one, is the final form era. So I'm going to go into them briefly just so you guys could understand what the eras are and you can relate to them a little bit. So let's go through it. The first era I want to talk about is the beginner era. So the beginner, I also say the sideline era as well. So that is, you have a dream, you have an idea, you have an ambition that you want to aim at, but you don't know how to start, you don't know how to get into it. And as you're at that point, you're seeing everyone else do what they want to do or follow their dreams or their goals, and you're like, I don't know how to do it, I just know I want to do it, I just know I want to be there. It's the destination without knowing how to plan the journey, if you get it. So that for me is how the beginner era is. The collapse era for me is when reality hits. Like, you have your dreams, you're working towards them, and suddenly life just takes you down at the knees. Like, when you're trying to build something, the most unfair, painful, heartbreaking shit just happens to you, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you feel lost, and you feel sometimes that you don't have a purpose anymore because it's not there. So you're in that state, and I would say it's pretty much like where you get depressed, like really depressed, like really low in yourself, and you're looking for ways out. You're looking to escape it with drinking or drugs or whatever. You're looking to just get away from these pains and these problems. The rebuild era is when you're going just after the collapse era, but you're going, once you figured out, yeah, I need to do this, and you figured out the purpose. Like, I'm a very spiritual person, and I do believe in God, and I believe that you do get a sign at certain points of what you need to do. And so you follow in that sign, and you just put in everything you can behind it, because you know what's left if you don't. And you're just grinding hard, you're disciplined now, you're focused on it, and you know how far it can take you, and you're just going as hard as you can. Basically, you're not perfect, you're not gonna get everything right the first time, but you're gonna make them constant efforts to just try and be better than the person you was yesterday and the day before, and get closer and closer to your goals as well. Now we are at the arrival era. So the arrival era is you're starting to make progress in whatever you're aiming at. So you're putting the steps in. You can see a change in yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially even. And you can start to see these steps. You can start to see these climbs. And now other people are seeing it too. They're seeing a difference in you. They're seeing an energy in you that they ain't seen before. So that's what it pretty much is. And you're at that point now where, like, you feel like you're on your way. It's like the monologue of every good fighting movie or sports movie, if you will. Finally, we get to the final form era. So this is where you have taken all the pains and tragedies through the collapse era, the bright ideas from the beginning era, and the discipline from the rebuild era, and the progress from the arrival era, and you put it to one, and you become the ultimate version of yourself. Not the best person in the world. You don't have to be the best person in the world, but the best person that you can be for yourself. The person you imagine when you look in the mirror and see a successful person. Whatever that looks like to you, that is it. That final form era where you feel like you're on top of the world and you're untouchable, and you've put yourself there, and you know that no matter what happens to you, you know you can get through it because you just been through a whole bunch of shit in the collapse era, and you've made it. You've finally made it into being the person that you want to be, and it's the celebration of that. The celebration of being the guy on top or the girl on top. So with all these eras, I know you're going to be asking, where am I now? So right now, I'm currently in the rebuild era. I've just come out of the darkest stuff that I've been through, and I'm putting the steps in to make something happen. Like I said, the body of work that I'm working on. But now I'm making sure I'm taking the proper steps to do things. If it's a small step, I'd rather take that small step and make it consistent than a big, massive step that gets nowhere, or I'm put myself in a worse position than I had before. So doing it this way and making things happen step by step is gonna make things properly. It's gonna make me put things out properly, and it's gonna give you guys something to actually gravitate towards and feel. Like, I've done songs that I love, cool, but this body of work encompasses me in general, everything that I've been through, my trials, my tribulations, and it's relatable for people to see and be like, yeah, I'm in this place as well. Like, you understand the words of it if you're feeling the pain, you understand the vibes if you're in a happy space. It's for everybody to enjoy, to see themselves in, to do whatever they need to do with this music to make sure that they're good. So if this body of work sounds appealing to you, sounds like something you want to hear me do, like the video, comment, subscribe, and turn your notifications on so you can see the piece that I'm about to do, and you can see all the things that I'm working on, and you'll be able to take part in this journey with me.